Hey folks, this is Sam Roberts.
Hey, this is Kim Mitchell.
This is Hannah Georges.
This is Matt May.
This is Derry Graham from Honeymoon Suite, and you are listening to...
You're listening to
The
Hulk Caesar Show.
Welcome to the Hulk Caesar Show. I am your host, Hulk Caesar. My illustrious co-host, Newfoundland songbird Emily Malloy, is working on location and could not join us this evening. Instead, playing the role of Emily will be our friend, Katie. Katie, thanks for joining us.
No problem.
Tonight's guest is a driving force in the Newfoundland and Labrador radio. He's an award-winning broadcaster and the program director at VOCM, where he helps shape the sound of the province, from leading charity campaigns like Coats for Kids to his dedicated support for the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society. He's as dedicated to his community as he is to great radio. Greg Smith, welcome to the Hulk Caesar Show.
Thanks for having me, man. And thanks to Russell Bowers for telling you I wanted to come on. That's how this all happened.
Excellent.
So we're going to chat to Greg about his role at VOCM, his thoughts on radio in the 21st century, and a little later on, he will pull a question or two from the ET, the extraterrestrial commemorative hat.
Musically, we're going to be joined by the local supergroup Topanga. We're going to perform a couple songs for us live in our Hot for the Moment studios high above Posey Row in downtown St. John's, Newfoundland. Katie, we wanted to have Topanga here for a while. I just said, Emily, you're in Topanga, so it's
Yeah,
I guess,
weird.
Yeah, I guess you've wanted to have you here for a while.
Absolutely. Yeah.
All right, well, let's get to it.
Yeah, Greg, thanks for joining us.
Yeah.
You've been a key part of Newfoundland radio for over 2 decades, on air and behind the scenes. Let's take it back to the beginning. How did you first get into radio?
I actually got into radio as a high school intern through a cooperative education program in high school. So I think it was like an 8-week thing. And then I got hired as a overnight operator from there. So I started there. It will be 21 years next week. And I've been there ever since. So pretty much started from high school and been with VOCM ever since.
Where'd you go to high school?
O'Donnell High.
Oh, Donald.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Go Patriots.
Greg, what were your early days at VOCM like? Any mentors or standout memories from those early years?
Oh, yeah. There's still a few of them that I work with, but obviously you get the radio staples in Newfoundland, the Paul Rainses of the world, and Vince Gillan.
Vince Gillan.
Some big names there. And then obviously the folks you still work with, Mike Campbell, Claudia Barnes, Mickey T, still on the go. So all those guys certainly play a part too, still, yeah.
What kind of things did you do when you first started out there?
First thing I did as an employee, I actually did the overnight shift. So this was back when like MSN Messenger was a thing. So you work from 11 p.m. to 7 a.m. and you literally just stay on MSN talking to your buddies late at night and walk around the building once an hour, make sure things are staying on the air for all the stations. And then you just play games on MSN Messenger until someone came in at 7 o'clock and you can go home. That was pretty much it.
What were they using then? Were they still on like the 8-track tapes to push in and stuff?
It was actually mostly digital. There were still cart machines on the go. There's still the reels in the room. They weren't used very often, but they were all still there. Yeah.
Amazing.
For a long while after that too, actually.
It's wild.
Yeah.
Wow. So you've hosted shows, produced segments, and now you're the program director. How did that evolution happen?
Organically in a way, I guess. You know, I worked down that overnight thing for about a year and then slowly worked into a part-time day kind of a gig. I went to school in Halifax for 15 months at Atlantic Media Institute, coming home for Christmas and stuff and still working at VO.
What was your experience like at school?
It was cool. It was really just hands-on, like you did a few months of TV, a few months of radio, a few months of photography, and then you just pick what you wanted to do. And obviously it was radio that was my bag. So then I hosted a morning show at school for like 4 months on an internet radio station. And then from there, they actually called John Murphy, the legendary John Murphy, called him on a Sunday morning. I was in Halifax. He said, I got a job for you in Marystown. You want it? I said, sure. And then 2 weeks later, I was down working in Marystown. I was there for almost 4 years, 3.5 years. And then I left to go back to school because I didn't want to be in Marystown. No offense to Marystown, but I was 22 at the time.
Not much of a nightlife in Marystown.
And then 5 days after I left to come home, they hired me part-time at VOCM, and I just started the whole thing again.
Amazing. Yeah. In the age of podcasts and streaming, what do you think keeps radio relevant?
I think it's the personalities. I think it's the local angle. Newfoundland and Labrador is certainly different when it comes to radio, but I think all across the country, the word local is what it is. If something's on the go, your radio's going to have it. Your AI Spotify DJ is not going to have what's happening downtown.
Yeah. He's a bit of a jerk too, my AI Spotify guy.
It can be sometimes, right? But of course, with VOCM, it's pure just the historic brand, right? We all grew up on it. Our parents grew up on it from their grandparents. We grew up on it from our parents, and now I'm passing it off to my kids. So it's just the way it is. Right?
I still say drive safe, arrive alive at least once a week.
Absolutely.
VOCM cares.
What's your vision for VOCM and local radio over the next few years?
Ooh, big question. Can't give away all the secrets. But obviously,
We're taking notes.
Yeah, right. Obviously, I think there's a really good product with VOCM still. It's still that local news leader.
Yeah.
A lot of people depend on it, but I think it's more or less leading on a digital age, whether that's getting newscasts onto streaming platforms so you can pick it up wherever you go. Those are kind of the big things. But for VOCM, you look at VOCM.com, that website is the big part of us these days. There's 12 million unique monthly visits to that website every month.
Well,
Yeah.
I visit it every day.
Yeah, and you and many people. So that is a part of the future of VOCM. I mean, I don't think the brand and the news sense of it will ever go anywhere. It's just how it's going to evolve and how you reach the audience. Is AM radio? I mean, they said it's going to be dying for 60 years now, but it hasn't died yet. But is AM radio eventually going to make VOCM go to FM? Who knows? It's still strong now, and we keep pushing the product as it is, but you always got to find those ways to evolve too. Yeah.
Do you know they still give out AM licenses?
No more AM licenses being given out. I know there was talk to take them out of vehicles. I think that was kind of slashed, and they're still due for now. But again, that's going. But we get a lot of streaming. I mean, the website visits too, right? VOCM.com. People stream all the time. I know, like on any given Saturday morning when I do the Irish Newfoundland show, I think there's anywhere from 8,000 to 12,000 unique streams happening during that program.
Amazing.
So people are gravitating towards that now anyway. So we just got to make sure that we keep that going, right?
Yeah.
And keep it up. Yeah.
Yeah, I love that.
Cool. All right, when we come back, Greg will tell us about some of the causes he supports in the local community. From her appearance on this program last month, it's Selena Boland live with Falling Through on the Hulk Caesar Show.
Don't you cry, my dear. There's no need to grieve. I am still right here. I will never leave. Lies will have their way of making you believe. But if you choose to stay, you can never leave. Oh, he should have given you love, he should have given you. Oh, he should have given you trust, he should have given you. I should have given you hope, he should have given you. He's just got you falling in love, now you're falling. Oh, he could have given you strength, he could have given you. Oh, he could have given you warmth, he could have given you. I could have given you joy, could have given you. He's just got you falling in love, now you're falling through. Never cast your pearls before the dirty swine. You're not of this world. You don't need a sign.
Welcome back to the Hulk Caesar Show, brought to you by our friends at the Resource Center for the Arts at the LSPU Hall. Check out lspuhall.ca for information on all their spring and summer offerings. From 590 VOCM, we are joined by Greg Smith.
Hey.
Now, Greg, you're not just a radio guy. You really led the charge on so many community campaigns, from Coats to Kids to Coats for Kids to blood cancer research. Let's talk about that side of what you do. You were the first ever Newfoundland candidate for the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society Visionary of the Year campaign. What made you step up for that cause?
I got a call from Michelle, who works with the foundation locally here in St. John's in Newfoundland and Labrador. She's the sole representative for the foundation here. And she said, hey, I want to have a chat about this thing that we're doing. Are you interested? So we got on a Teams call with one of the guys up in Halifax, Dan, and they were just talking about this campaign. It's something that's been going on in Canada for several years. It's been in Atlantic Canada up till then about 3 or 4 years, and they've never gone further past Halifax, and they really wanted to do something in Newfoundland. So I've worked with Michelle a number of times with work stuff. We've done a Dollar Carol for them years ago. I was on their Light the Night Walk committee in 2019 after Chuck Lewis from the Methodist Men, a good friend of mine, passed away from leukemia. So I joined up with them at that point. So we talked about it for a few minutes, and as they were telling me about it, I knew immediately that I wanted to do it. Could I commit the time to do it, and was I able to do it? Because it really is it was a big thing. It was 10 weeks. It was a philanthropic challenge that you raise as much money as you could, but you couldn't know how much other people were raising. So you're really kind of like, it's really like an election, really. You're trying to get a campaign out there and get people to support you rather than everyone else. So anyway, I did sign on to it, made the commitment. It was a 10-week thing. We ended up becoming the runners-up because I had a team of people behind me. The runners-up in Atlantic Canada. We raised $55,000 in 8 weeks. And now we're just wrapping up in a couple of weeks the third year of that Visionaries of the Year in Newfoundland and Labrador. We had another runner-up last year. Stephen Blake, he made like 80 grand, I think, something like that. And then we have a non-Hodgkin's lymphoma survivor as a candidate this year. He's the former president of the NLTA, Dean Ingram, and he's killing it right now too. Can't say how much he's going for right now because, well, the campaign's still on. Yep. I kind of have an idea where he's doing. But yeah, so it's been going on. So we started it here, and it seems to be going strong, and people are getting more receptive of it over the last few years, because a lot of people don't realize with cancer research, and you would know, I know, but a lot of people don't realize that when they're supporting any kind of a cancer society or the Cancer Foundation, it doesn't cover all cancers usually. And I learned that through this campaign, that when it comes to non-Hodgkin's lymphoma or any lymphoma leukemia, that you're actually not getting your treatments where you think you're getting your treatments most times, right? So it was a more of an awareness thing too that people are really starting to understand.
Amazing. I myself, as I've spoken about before, had Hodgkin's lymphoma about 5 years ago. So definitely like to see you supporting that cause.
Yeah. It's a great organization, and they do a lot of good stuff around here, and they just announced Light the Night for the fall. So if anybody wants to look that up and support that, I encourage them to do it.
Excellent. We'll put that link on the screen.
Yeah, perfect.
Nice. You do a lot of great work with VOCM Cares. What are some of the initiatives you are most proud of?
Happy Tree is clearly a big one. We've been doing that. Last year was 50 years.
Wow.
The Happy Tree campaign with VOCM Cares in the Avalon Mall. That's huge. I mean, I think more than ever for me the last few years now with a little boy, you understand it more, but you don't want to see any kids go without Christmas time. We do a bunch of radiothons every year, whether they're regional for different communities. We do like healthcare foundations throughout the different regions. But Kids Eat Smart Foundation we've done for the last 9 years. I think we're going to do it the 10th year anniversary this fall. We're doing one new, I probably can say it's in a few weeks, but I don't think we've announced it yet, but we're going to join up with $1 a Day and Alan Doyle in a couple of weeks and do one on mental health research. And we're going to call it Mental Health Matters Radiothon. So those are very important because you get a 4-hour campaign, not to raise funds for the organizations, but to tell people what they do and to really showcase what they do. There's so many worthy causes when it comes to those types of things. Then you do Coats for Kids. I mean, you're keeping not even just kids, but adults warm throughout the winter because we know there's such a need for that. We do food drives, 2 a year. We do one with Metrobus for Thanksgiving because there's a huge need there. But then people don't realize after Christmas, food banks still need help.
Yeah.
So we started this new one 3 years ago with our friends down at the Newfoundland Embassy called Pack the Pub, and we do it on Paddy's Day weekend, and we do a food drive at the pub. So those are the kind of an overview of most of the ones we do. But I serve on the board of the VOCM Cares Foundation. They support so many things from education to health to seniors wellness in the province, and it's just a great board to be on because it's a charity for charities, and whatever we raise, we give back to the community. So it's pretty rewarding.
Amazing. I remember being a young kid in the early 80s and coming into town and going to see the Happy Tree.
Yeah.
Pretty amazing. What have been some moments of your charity work that have really stuck out with you emotionally?
I think when it came to the Visionaries of the Year, was emotionally a few times, just because I got to meet a number of people on my team who helped me out. One was the mother of a young girl who battled leukemia and came through it. One was a mother who just went through her own battle and survived. So they had their own personal stories. I had personal connections, obviously, through friends who went through it. You got to learn a bit more about that. And then we've learned throughout the campaign of people that we all knew on our team, fundraising, that were just diagnosed. So we actually at one point got a chance to do a concert that we raised funds for the campaign, but we also took half that money and gave to someone we knew that was just diagnosed and they needed some help. So
Amazing.
that was something that sticks with me all the time. There's so much that we've done over the years. I mean, it's hard to pinpoint them all, but I think Visionaries of the Year was probably the most impactful one in the recent memory, because it was so busy and so impactful, but it was so rewarding because we got to realize you're not only educating and bringing awareness, but you're funding that research that was so desperately needed.
Yeah.
So that was a big one for me.
It's awesome.
What do you think makes Newfoundland's community so special and worth supporting?
It's unique is one way to put it. It's funny, no matter what you do in this province, and I feel like I'm always asking people for money these days, whether it's through work or personal, but people constantly put their hand out and say, yeah, here you go, $5, $10, whatever it is. I think people just understand it. No matter if they're going through a hard time, that they realize there's other people that may be worse off or as hard of a time as them. And if they can do something for them, they will. And that's the uniqueness about Newfoundland and Labrador. If they can do without it and someone else needs it, have it.
Yeah.
And I think that's the one thing that really sets us apart from anywhere else.
What are some ways that folks can get involved with causes you support or make a difference in their own communities?
I mean, with the VOCM Cares Foundation, just go to VOCMcares.com. You see all the stuff that we're doing. Call for a radiothon, donate some toys during the Happy Tree campaign, food drives. All that stuff is great. One of the other stuff, just keep an eye on, my social media. I post a lot about stuff that I'm involved with the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society. If you want to support Dean and make him an actual winner from this province and take the crown from Atlantic Canada, Visionaries of the Year.
Oh, we like that.
Yeah, right. Take the crown, bring it back to Newfoundland here for the first time. Dean is, visionariesoftheyear.ca. So look up Dean Ingram there. But just go to their websites. Donate money. If you can't donate money, donate time. Yeah. Time is so important to these folks, whether you go to a food bank, whether we do a bunch of different events. I'm doing a brunch this weekend to help Dean with his campaign. Just go buy a brunch. It's $15.99. You're going out for a nice meal at a restaurant. You get some live music while you're there, and that money's going straight to a campaign. It's a win-win for everybody, right? So, yeah. And that's at McNiven's Pub if this plays before Saturday.
Awesome.
So there you go.
Will.
Yeah.
Okay, great. And where can folks find you on the internet?
Everywhere. Obviously, social media is huge. So Radio Greg Smith, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. Got a Sarah Strickland, I think, has been on the program before. Yeah. Sarah gives me a hard time because I'm a bit of a boomer to her. She's a Gen Zer, but she gets me on TikTok. So all the social media there, vocm.com. You can reach out all the time too. There's a bunch of stuff there. My face shows up a lot. So take
awesome.
a look.
All right. Thanks so much, Greg.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Let's take a quick break and we'll set up for tonight's musical performance. The Hulk Seizure Show is brought to you by our friends at the Resource Center for the Arts at the LSPU Hall. This weekend at the LSPU Hall, it's A Case of You, songs of Joni Mitchell, featuring performances by Kelly McMichael, Natalie Noseworthy, Janina McGilvery, Nico Paulo, and many, many more. You hear all your favorite Joni songs from all your favorite local acts. 8 p.m. on May 30th and 31st with a special 2 p.m. matinee showing Sunday afternoon. Grab your tickets and get more information at www.lspuhall.ca. Tonight's musical guests are the hottest supergroup in town, featuring 3 of the city's top solo artists combining their amazing musical powers into one. Starring Carole Bestvater, Katie, and Hulk Caesar Show's 2024 Summer Crush Valmy. They're here to perform 2 fun songs for us. I'm speaking, of course, about Topanga. Ladies, what do you have for us first?
Okay. With the Earth as My Mother. Raising up children when the world is on fire leaves me worried and helpless, sometimes lonely and tired. But although it is broken, sometimes it's lovely despite all we get wrong. With the earth as my mother, her breath on my skin, I'll keep moving through this mess that we're in. If this is all we can do, 'cause it's all that we know. We gotta learn all we can, practice and grow. I may not have religion to tell me good lies, but I know my own footsteps and worship the skies. I'll worship the sky. I can offer my hands up when somebody needs lifting. I can find some intention when my attention is drifting. With the earth as my mother, her breath on my skin, I'll keep moving through this mess that we're in. If this is all we can do, 'cause it's all that we know. We gotta learn all we can and hold those responsible accountable. With the earth as my mother, her breath on my skin, I'll keep moving through this mess that we're in.
Amazing. Oh, I love the harmonies on that one. And I mean, nice late addition of the shaker in there. Good choice. I like it. Amazing. Well, what made you decide to form this super group of yours?
We love each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're good friends.
Yeah.
And Valmy and I played some shows together last year. And before that, we all played in a band together with some other people playing my tunes. And yeah.
Music's always like, I don't know, it's always like funner and better when you do it with people, especially people that you care about a lot and get along with. It's just like, yeah, especially when things are so busy and things can feel overwhelming. It's kind of nice to be able to do it with the people that you share your heart with. So,
Oh, amazing. All right. Now, what does each person bring to the table? Let's start with Katie. You tell me what Carole brings to the table.
Ooh. Carole. Everyone knows Carole. Carole plays in a million bands on her beautiful fiddles. And teaches fiddle. And so, yes, she's known for her skills on the fiddle and every genre. And full of heart and knows exactly what to play to be the perfect thing for the right for the song. Yeah.
Amazing. Good answer.
Yeah.
Carole, how about Valmy?
Oh. Valmy. Valmy weaves poetry from the air and also just sings like a lark. It's just, I think that the way she just always knows where to place the note and where the interesting harmonies are going to be is just so intuitive to her. Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Valmy, how about Katie?
Katie is a beautiful poet, and I feel like to me, Katie is like the human translator of what like nature and the environment is feeling and sending out to us, and is so brings a lot of like sureness and upliftingness to people around. There's so many times where I feel tired, and like something Katie says makes me be like, yeah, we're doing this thing. And so I feel like Katie really feels like the backbone, backbone of us. Yeah.
Amazing. All excellent answers. Now, where have you played together so far?
We played English Harbor, I think was our most recent, maybe outside of town one last summer.
Yep.
English Harbor Arts Center. It was a beautiful show.
The inaugural, we weren't even calling ourselves Topanga at this time, but it was our inaugural show.
Yes.
It's such a special space.
The ship many a time.
Nice.
Or I guess twice as Topanga.
Yeah, twice
But many a time in all our iterations, I feel like maybe a key part of us becoming this trio.
Yes, yeah.
What
Yeah.
else have we played?
We have
Peter Easton, I believe. Yeah, we
Yeah, we
play
played
locally
Peter
around.
Easton.
How about coming up? Do you have any shows booked for the summer yet?
We do.
Yes.
We are playing Lanya Vanya. So
Ooh, nice.
at the First Light Center.
Ooh,
Thursday
For
night.
Beverly Glen Copeland, which is very thrilling.
amazing.
Is a bit excited about that one, to say the least.
It's gonna be beautiful.
I saw Valmy play at the First Light, I believe, for Lanya Vanya last year or the year before. Yeah, amazing venue.
Beautiful space. I'm so excited to be in there and like high ceilings and we're very excited.
Any plans to leave the city to do some shows?
Loose plans, I would say, right?
Emerging
Do we have
plans.
any-
Yeah. Like at our rehearsal, actually, last night we were brainstorming and dreaming and scheming. So
Seems like September is going to be a big month for us.
Nice. And where could folks find you on the interwebs?
we have an Instagram now, trio.topanga, right?
Yes.
Yeah, on Instagram, and we have a Facebook page. I think it's just called Topanga Band.
Yeah.
So many names were taken, so I changed. But
We had Mark Murphy from Postmaster Bakery last week, and he was going through all his different handles, and they're all a little bit different. He's like, "Oh, I really gotta harmonize all this."
It's difficult.
All right. Well, thanks to our friends at the LSPU Hall. We have time for one more song. Topanga, what's it going to be?
Oh, yeah.
It's going to be a Valmy number.
Ooh.
I remember the vivid little things, sheets on clotheslines, dancing in the wind, braiding long grass, like she showed me. Her singing church songs in the kitchen taught me harmony. To know an entire life. She was the start and there was the sky. Pull my arrow back, ready to love like that, and hold you like she held me. I hope you let me. Late night car rides, being tucked in, playing in closets, watching her garden, feeling the sunshine. Younger was easy before I learned things, before I felt angry. To know an entire life. She was the start and there was the sky. Pull my arrow back, ready to love like that, and hold you like she held me. I hope you let me. Just the thought brings a warmth. You have visited in dreams. Maybe one day you'll find me. when I decided you wouldn't see me. I am an island, don't call me baby. Not sure if I knew then how that could hurt, or at least understand that we could be so much more. To know an entire life. She was the start and there was the sky. Hold my arrow back, ready to love like that, and hold you like she held me. I hope you let me. I hope you let me.
Amazing. Oh, I love that song. Love it. So good. All right, Topanga, thank you so much for joining us and performing. You going to stick around and play a little game with us?
Yes.
All right.
Game part.
Let's set up.
Okay.
It's now time to play everyone's favorite game of questions, Caesar's Casual Conversations, with tonight's guests, Greg, Katie, Carole, and Valmy. We've refilled the ET, the extraterrestrial commemorative hat with questions. Now, for the last few weeks, we've been using second-tier AI questions. We had asked the AI for 100 questions. We went through those ones. Then we asked the AI for 100 different questions. We used those for a few weeks. They weren't super great. So I went back to the AI, and I asked it for a few more insightful questions. And I just filled the hat up with them today. So, and I haven't read these questions. They were cut blind.
My, wow.
Cut blind. So you pick a question,
Okay.
you read it out loud, and you answer it, and then we'll all quickly answer it.
Okay.
I'll answer.
If you don't like the question, you can throw it on the floor and pick a new one too.
Okay.
All right. What's something you've always wanted to try but have been too afraid to do? Ooh. I don't know. That's a tough question.
It is a tough question.
I'm afraid of heights, so it's nothing to do with that.
Yeah, I'm afraid of heights too.
That's not happening. I don't know.
No, we can think about it. How about
Give me some thought.
anybody else? Anybody else got one of those? I think parachuting I'd like to do. You know, I don't think I really want to, but I think if I got the opportunity to do it, I'd be like, that'd be pretty cool. It's kind of scary because I'm afraid of heights, but I think it'd be cool.
I'd say surfing.
That's a good one.
Surfing's fun.
I think for me, it's the similar things. As like there are things I'm scared to do, but given the opportunity, I wouldn't turn it down. Like I'm not going to spend my money going bungee jumping, but if someone was like, "Do it, Carole, here you go," like, okay, I'm brave, and I would try to do it.
I have a really serious answer. Is that okay?
Yeah, great.
There's a songwriting residency in Dawson City, and it's during the month of January when it's total darkness.
Ooh.
And every year I'm like, should I? And then I'm like, can I survive that? I don't know.
It'd be amazing.
But I've always wanted to try. Anyways.
Nice.
I'm piggybacking off Valmy. I think surfing would be cool, actually.
Yeah.
I know a couple of people who do surfing, and I'm like, I would never be able to do that, but yeah, I probably would try. Why not? I'm kind of scared of it, but you know.
When I was a teenager, I used to go out to the west coast of Vancouver Island to work between summers from high school, and I hung out with all these older dudes who were big time surfers, and I'd go out and swim out to a rock in the ocean at like 5 a.m. with binoculars and watch the guys surfing. It was amazing.
Awesome.
Amazing experience. All right, Katie.
Do I take the hat?
Yeah, take the hat, sure. And pick a question.
Okay. I'll close my eyes. What's a memory that always makes you feel nostalgic? We're good at this. Just a Topanga question if there ever was one.
Just one. A memory that makes you nostalgic.
To me, it's like, I think of like being in the Avalon Mall when the flea market used to be on Sundays when it was closed, and being down there and going through the boxes of comics. It was Downtown Comics used to be there, I think.
Yeah.
He used to have his little shop there.
Listening to the Clumsy album by OLP. Sorry, I can't help it. It's just
It's a good album.
it so
It's a good
much
record, yeah. I like it.
still, and I just every once in a while I put it on. I'm like, yeah. But I think because it's like a record that has kind of followed me through my life from like being a very small child in the '90s till like finding people who love it mutually. And like there was a tour van. There was like a summer where everyone in the tour van loved it. We were just like screaming all the lyrics, like driving through Ontario with the windows down. So anyway, so that makes me feel nostalgic.
Amazing. Music's a big one for me too. It's so easy to get nostalgic from music. Like
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyone else got one?
I can't seem to narrow it down. I feel like St. John's I've always lived here, and like every turn, every street, I'm like, oh, remember Granny Bates? Remember Have a Java?
Well, I remember
Like,
having
you know,
Java.
all that stuff.
Yeah.
I just have flashbacks.
We used to hang at a perk up down the road here.
Oh,
It was
yeah,
like a big
I
hang up
remember
for
that
us. Amazing. Greg, got anyone?
Yeah, actually, funny enough, you got the sweater on. The Folk Fest makes me nostalgic all the time. I used to program the festival. I was on the board for a couple of years, and I got out of it because I was getting busy with other stuff. And every time I go to the Folk Festival every summer, I'm like, man, I miss doing that stuff. Like, it was so fun to be involved with that festival and that board.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's a nostalgic one for me.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Valmy, do you have one?
Yeah, there's a certain tint of, it's like a combination of like certain tint of a street light in the early evening and it being warm that like makes me nostalgic, because I have this distinct memory of growing up in Ontario and like cousins visiting, so staying with us. So in the house, like kids outnumbered the parents and like just being able to like play outside and like dance and love and make all the noise, because now I know with my adult brain that it was like giving our parents a break from us. So we kind of just left our own devices, but just like having so much fun being young with each other and having like no concept of time and it getting darker, but because it's warm, you have like nothing rushing you inside.
Yeah.
So like that combination of like warmth and like street light right before it's dark.
Amazing.
It's very like
cool.
youth.
Awesome. All right, we'll run out of time, so I'll pick one more and we'll all answer it. What's something you love doing that most people find unusual? Oh boy. That's a tough
How
question.
much time you got? No.
I tell you, this AI, it used to ask like cookies or donuts. Now we're getting super deep. I don't know. I just like to stare into the void. I'll be honest with you. I could sit in my chair and just stare into the void for an hour with like something on, nothing on, thinking about something, thinking about nothing. I could just stare into the void all night, I tell you. I also like to watch 9/11 clips. I don't know. That's what I'm nostalgic for, 9/11 clips.
I have follow-up questions, but there's no time.
What about you, Greg?
I don't know if I got one that comes top of mind.
It's tough question.
It's a tough question.
Tough question for rapid fire questions.
Question again.
Yeah, it's what's something you love doing that most people find unusual?
Oh, I can blow spit bubbles off of my tongue.
Oh, wow.
But I don't
That's so
think-
cool.
That's very cool.
I can't necessarily do it on demand, but
Okay.
every once in a while I'll be like, oh yeah, I can do it now. And then I'll just like move my tongue away and a bubble will form and I'll blow it off my tongue. And it'll just be a
That's
bubble
amazing.
will float to the ground. And
That is unusual.
very unusual.
That is unusual.
And I don't do it in public that often.
I had a friend who did that thing where you like you lift your tongue up and you can like shoot spray from under your tongue.
I've seen kids do that.
Yeah.
Way too many times.
I had a buddy who used to turn his eyelids inside out all the time. Creepy.
Yeah.
Don't like that. Anybody else, something you love doing that most people find unusual?
I mean, I really like going on like a super, super late night walk. If I find myself up, if it's like 3 a.m. and it's warm, but like there's just something about being on the street alone and kind of feeling like you're the only one that exists.
Yeah.
And it's so peaceful that there's no fear. Yeah, I really love that. Like a nice like 3:30 a.m.
Nice.
stroll about town.
There used to be a 24-hour grocery store in Vancouver, and we go get our groceries at like 4 a.m. It was amazing.
So quiet. So quiet.
I'm up. I'm like,
Yeah.
Mine is kind of boring. My idea of like a fun time on a Friday evening is like a paper book or like a notebook and a pen in a noisy room, like a bar or somewhere or a cafe. And people are like, how can you read? I have trouble focusing on things. Sometimes I'm like disorganized, easily distracted, but like my best reading I can do in like a very busy room of like happy hour drunk people.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Not me. I have so much trouble reading now that if I want to read a book, I have to put the audio book on too, and I listen to it and just follow the words with my eyes.
It's a good
Otherwise,
idea.
I can't concentrate. I find it's just such a workaday world. How am I supposed to concentrate on just one thing at once? You know?
Yeah.
Amazing. All right. Well, that's about all the time we have for tonight. Greg Smith, thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Big thanks to Topanga for that wonderful performance. Thank you so much. Here's your gift. We'll get you to sign. We'll get everyone to sign the picture to put on my autograph wall after. And here's your guest gift. Everybody gets a copy of the new zine. It's volume 3 of the Hulk Caesar Show
Awesome.
zine.
Thank
It's
you.
working at the mall.
That's awesome.
I went to the mall and in 1995, I skipped school and went to the mall and told them, and I had a little crappy disposable camera. I told them I worked for the Telegram and I was taking pictures of people working, and they all posed, and I developed the pictures and I put them in my agenda, and now you have a book with them.
That's awesome.
At the mall. Oh my gosh, this is amazing.
Talk about nostalgia.
What a world. That's what we did before phones, kids.
There was a life before phones.
All right, amazing. Well, if you've got something to say, Hulk at hulkshow.com. For Greg, Emily, no, Emily's not here. And for Emily and Spirit, Valmy, Carole, and Katie, I'm the Hulkster. Thanks for watching The Hulk Caesar Show.